Short, do you have one? You're not getting this one.
No.
Wow. How old are you? Where do you stand at in Hot Springs?
And right next door to you, Embassy Suites. I don't want any favors, Coach. Just
It's not going to be a favor, how old are you?
nope. You got the win. I allegedly owed you one, so there we are.
We need to go back and look at the tape.
We do have to go back. And
Don't go back and look at the tape. I think I may have made it up. It works. I'll try it again. Where's the off button? I'll hit the off button right in the center.
Jeff and Jeremy, you guys all
Yeah.
Questions for Coach today, guys?
Coach, worried at all some of your momentum may dry up by the time Saturday rolls around?
No. I think we're in a good frame of mind. I think our kids are excited. And I think most importantly, they believe. And this time of year, that's what you want. You want a basketball team that's playing well, that believes they can win. And I know this team is in that state of mind right now.
So you're confident they believe they can go in there and get this done?
Well, I don't think there's any question. And I don't know why they wouldn't. There's no question that Middle Tennessee has had an unbelievable season, probably one of the best seasons in Sun Belt Conference play ever. And we've played them twice, and was right there with an opportunity to win at their place, and actually did get a win on Saturday. So I think it's wide open. I think any of the teams are capable of winning it, and whoever can put together a good stretch here over the next weekend will have an opportunity to hoist the conference championship trophy.
Ask the players this, but do you feel like you guys are peaking at the right time? Obviously, these past 2 games, you guys have played pretty well. I mean, is this exactly how you envision the team playing heading into the tournament?
It's how I hoped we would be playing. I think over not only the last 2 games, but the last 4. You know, we won 3 or 4, and I think even the game we lost was a game that, for the most part, was one of our better games until right at maybe the last 5 minutes. So, you know, you never know, and you try to push and get the guys playing the way you want them to play at the right time. You know, you're not going to do things early in the season that you'll do right now. And I don't know. I like what I see. I think not only are we playing well, we have a lot of different guys playing well, and that's encouraging.
Do you think you're playing? Do you think you're playing your best basketball of the season right now?
I think so. I mean, you know, we beat Middle Tennessee, and guys, they're terrific now. I mean, I've said this before. I've seen Murray State up close and personal, and I've seen Middle Tennessee twice. And if you said you had to play one of them tomorrow, I'd pick Murray State. And that, I mean, I know they're the darling of college basketball right now, but Middle Tennessee, they deserve an at-large bid regardless of what happens this weekend.
Totally drew a blank here. Sorry. When talking about practice this week, how do you balance pushing, you know, trying to get the most out of them as you can, as to, you know, pushing maybe too much, knowing that you've got 4 games in 4 days?
Well, I think yesterday was really light. I mean, we tried to clean up a little bit of some things we want to do offensively. We added some things we want to do offensively, and we did a lot of shooting. We were in there actually a little longer than I anticipated, but we were so good, and that happens sometimes this time of year. Today I'll be back to really grinding and a tough practice. Tomorrow will be the same, and then start backing it off on Thursday, and then Friday will be very light, 45 minutes and a lot of shooting.
How much will depth be a factor this weekend?
I think it can definitely be a factor. Now, again, a lot of people talk about the 4 games in 4 days, but I said this before. I guarantee you, if you ask our guys, they'd rather play 4 games in 4 days than have 4 practices, 4 of our tough practices in 4 days. So, and going back to what I said earlier, I think it's encouraging that we have a lot of guys playing well right now. I don't know if this has happened all season. We had 10 guys play and all 10 scored. We did that Saturday, so that was good to see.
Have you looked much at the draw as a whole, or are you guys just focusing on the first game against FIU?
Just Florida International. And this time of year, that's And it's all you can do all year. You look at your next opponent and try to get ready for them to the best of your ability and not look ahead. You know, I think one of the things, hopefully, that will help us is how we prepare. I mean, we'll spend a little bit of time on Friday preparing for Florida International. This week will be all about preparation for us. And, you know, in a tournament setting, you don't have a lot of time. If you think about it, you play at 8:30 on Friday, you're not going to make a lot of changes if you, or we played 8:30 Saturday. You're not going to make a lot of changes before Sunday's game. You just don't have the time. And how we've prepared each and every game, I think that will help us.
You talked a lot about how good Middle's playing right now. I mean, obviously getting the 7th seed puts you on the other side of the bracket, and then you won't play them until the championship game now. I mean, was that a huge benefit to you guys? Obviously, you won't have to face them in the second round should you win the first match.
Well, again, Florida International is going to be a stern test for us, but yeah, I would not have been real excited to have been Middle Tennessee's next game. I've seen that movie play out in the past, and it usually doesn't end the way you want. But to have a few games under our belt, and them have a few games under their belt, at this time of year, you just want to be playing. It's win in advance or lose and go home, and hopefully we go play well, because I know we're going to play hard. I know we're going to compete. I know that. I'm not concerned with that. It's just a matter of whether our execution's where it needs to be and we play well enough.
You played FIU twice. You've each won on the road. No real secrets between you two, I would assume, right?
I don't think so. They're watching some tape on them right now. They're playing a little bit more man-to-man than they were earlier in the year, changing the lineup a little bit, but not really. Hopefully we get off to a better shooting night than we did the last time we played them, but it should be a great game. They're one of the more talented teams in the league. I've said this before, they're one that can really rev it up for one game, and hopefully we can rev it up right with them.
What did you guys do well, I guess offensively and defensively, the last time you played that allowed you to get that win on the road against them?
I didn't think we were very good offensively. Now, saying that, I thought we missed a lot of easy shots to start the game, but I thought defensively we were terrific. We were locked in. We didn't give them a lot of easy shots. I think DeJuan Wright is their guy. I mean, much like LaRon Dindy was for Middle Tennessee, he's the guy. You can't let him get started, and then Jeremy Allen. So they're a little bit more of a perimeter-oriented basketball team as compared to Middle Tennessee being wanting to pound it in the post on you.
With so many freshmen on this team that haven't been through this at the college level, how much will you maybe rely on some of the upperclassmen who have done this before to kind of let these guys know what to expect coming in, going into Hot Springs?
We're not really going to talk about it because, you know, it's about going and playing the way you have all year. We're not going to do anything any differently. We're not going to treat this game any different than we did Middle Tennessee on Saturday. I think the most important thing is that you stay consistent, and that's what we, as a coaching staff, has tried to do with these kids.
Anything else for Coach Harper? All right, thanks, guys. Thank you, Coach.